where the real problem here is you don't ever know. I don't know where to look. So I'm looking at my phone, but my eyes are showing over here. Either way, like, subscribe, follow. I don't have to look directly at you. Maybe that's weird. Maybe it's weird for you. But I'm going to try to look at wherever the camera is. I'm going to try to tell you about lettersfromjonesy.com. These are letters that I'm writing to myself from the perspective of my father, who I lost when I was 12. So it's an emotional roller coaster of me trying to write the lessons I wished he could have taught me. And there I go again. I don't know where I'm looking. Point being is I need you guys to support this. Follow me. Follow this. If I can get a big following, I'm gonna put these letters into a book. That's my hope someday, is to write a book with all of this stuff out there. I'm putting it out there for accountability. I'm gonna write one letter a day, and then we'll see where it goes. So you guys help me do that. lettersfromjonesy.com. It's on Instagram. It's on YouTube. Like, subscribe, follow. Thank you. Talk soon. I don't know if this is going to work. Trying to do something a little longer, maybe a long form discussion about today's letter from Jonesy. We're talking about pulling your weight. We're talking about the lessons that we were taught, or the lessons that we tried to teach our kids about, the importance of doing your part, pitching in, helping where you can, not taking a free ride. I remember, and I know I said on the short, Saturday mornings cartoons in the 80s, that was the biggest thing going. That's where you got your Transformers and your Thundercats and your Voltron and your He-Mans and your Smurfs. I mean, you would sit there and watch them all if you could. Problem was, I couldn't. We would, of course, our dad was always up. He was up earlier than us, and he would manage to let us get just a few of them watched. We'd get, partially into one or two, and then we'd hear the boots coming down the hall, and he'd walk past the TV like a wind blowing through the hall. I mean, just in a breeze, he would slap the TV knob off. They used to have knobs, and he would say, "Come on, boys, let's go to work." And we would go outside, and we would start. One of us would grab the mower, one of us would grab the weed eater. We'd make sure we walked the yard and picked up sticks first. We would just do we would do our part. We would do what we could. As I got older, I'd get to do more, but we all did what was adequate or suitable for us, and that was our part. That was what we did. Now, if he had something else to do, let's say he was fixing a water line, or he was working in the well house, or he had to, clean out the whatever he had to do. If he was working, we were working. The idea that we would sit inside, and I say that way, y'all. Y'all may think I'm being, or I'm talking old-fashioned, but the idea that I, a able-bodied child, would sit inside while my father worked outside. So that wasn't going to happen. That didn't happen. So you'd get up, you'd grunt, you'd sigh, you'd moan, you'd roll your eyes, didn't let them see it, but you would go. And what I can sit here and say is what you would learn and the time you would spend was valuable. More so than I can even express. It was valuable. You would hand tools. It was, like I said, it was valuable. Now, I don't want to knock on kids these days, because kids these days are the result of parents these days, and for whatever reason, my generation has failed to pass on that way of thinking, that you got to pull your weight. Got upset dogs over here. So yeah, we failed to pass that on. We try to take it easier on our kids. We try to let them sleep a little bit later. They had a rough night playing games last night, right? Rough night on the PS4 or whatever it is now. So we try to let them sleep in, and we do more of it. But I'm challenging us as parents of the 80s. Is that right? Parents born in the late 70s, 80s. I'm challenging us to do better for our kids, because you can't have a society that doesn't pull, that the members don't pull their own weight. At some point in time, that catches up, and things start to break down. You guys are seeing it. I'm seeing it. It's obvious. I mean, it's obvious in everything we do. We have folks in our society walking among us that don't pull their weight. You see it at work. You see it in your jobs. You see it with the people you hire. People give up, and they're not pulling their weight. These are. I'll probably figure out a way to. I should have done this first, and my apologies for that. I'll figure out a way to edit this. But lettersfromjonesy.com. These are letters that I'm writing from myself to myself, from the perspective of my father, who I lost when I was 12. So it's an experiment. I'm doing this as an outlet, as a creative way to reconnect with things that I think he'd want me to know. And I think it's going to help. I think it's going to help me, at least. So feel free to comment down below. Let me know if it's helping you guys. Sorry about the barking dog. I can't control everything. Lettersfromjonesy.com. Appreciate you guys watching. Talk soon. So, yeah, read. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, follow. Lettersfromjonesy.com.